I used to be a fan of American Idol and found it interesting the way the series started. You see, people would stand in line for hours and hours to get the chance to audition for the show. Many of these individuals had no talent singing, yet believed they would become rock stars on it. And watching that on TV, and they would come up in the beginning of the series, what would take place, they would come up, they would stand up. Some of them looked and acted totally ridiculous, but others, when they entered in and they didn't make the show, they were told they can't sing, they would burst into tears as they exited. They'd be hugging their family in total devastation, and I was fascinated that the show started with that. Now, when I watched The Voice, they, I think, had a better format that got down to you had to have a lot of talent before you got on the stage with The Voice. But in the show American Idol, it didn't work that way. They flat out had to tell people, you can't sing. Yesterday in a conversation with a service manager, he used this as an illustration for an individual that was working with him. This person desires to be a tech. And they use this term a lot in that show, and they say, you have it, or you don't have it. Well, this person, in his view, doesn't have it. He wants to be a technician. He just doesn't have the talent to become one. Now, this individual comes to work on time. He's dependable. There's no reason to terminate him, except he's not performing. He's not performing well. He's not improving in efficiency or skill level. And I said, well, maybe he could be reassigned. Maybe he could be a service advisor. And the quick answer was no. He doesn't see any place he could reassign this guy. So here's this person in the shop performing quick loops, wanting to be a tech, and he's just not got it. He doesn't have it. Some management wouldn't hesitate to terminate this guy. Other managers would let the individual continue on into the future, never becoming productive for the dealership or really themselves. On American Idol, occasionally, they'd pass an individual through that was borderline, hoping they'd improve as the series progressed. And when I watched the show, most of these individuals didn't make it past the next round and were dismissed to go home. This is something that you can't write policies or guidelines for this type of decision making. However, decisions must be made. Ultimately, the function of management is to have an incredible team that provides wonderful customer care. How do we allow individuals that will never be productive to remain on the team? You see, this ultimately illustrates management choices. What's the right thing? What is the best course of action? As managers, our function is to be the best team possible for our clients. That's our purpose. That's really the only reason we have our position. Maybe the best, kindest decision is to inform them they can't sing. They don't have it. Hope you have an incredible day. Thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you next week.